Hello, and this is Midnight, and we are playing Shadowrun Returns. This is, I think, a reboot of an old tabletop game, which is pretty exciting, and we're just gonna jump right in. So, new game. There's user-created content that you can download from the thing on Steam. I can't even think of it. The workshop, I think. But there's also campaigns generated by the developers, and so here's the first one. In the urban sprawl of the Seattle Metroplex, the search for a mysterious killer sets you on a trail that leads from the darkest slums to the city's most powerful megacore. You will need to tread carefully, enlist the aid of other runners, and master powerful forces of technology and magic in order... wow, I'm talking way too fast for... I don't know. In order to emerge from the shadows of Seattle unscathed. So, launch campaign. We'll be a boy. And I've looked through all these races before, and I think we're going to be an elf. Actually, it doesn't really matter, because the class I want to be, none of these guys have boosts to intelligence. So I'm just going to be a human. I'm going to be the Decker. Deckers use a cyber deck to jack into the Matrix, the worldwide information grid and computer network, basically like the internet. By projecting their minds into the electronic world, Deckers can find secrets others keep hidden away. They use programs and expert systems to fight off the protections that megacorporations place in their way. I don't know. Oh, you can also go with no class if you want, but I don't think I know this game well enough to do that. I forgot to read out the description of humans, but you probably don't care. Humans were the only race on Earth until the Awakening in 2012. Now they find themselves the definition of average or even normal. They are still the most populous race in the world, and thus control many of the most powerful, moneyed, and important positions in society. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go with Elf, just because they get some natural benefits that could be important. So here's the character customization. I'm meant to be a man. That kind of confused me at first, because generally you'll have the male symbols first. Alright, so what character are we going to be? There is further customization. I can just do that. So I think I will do that. Let's see, that's your skin color. Let's be white, because I'm white. Super white. It's like pink. Hairstyle. No? Actually, I guess we'll just go with that one. And we're going to be a gingerish kind of thing. No beard. What is this? Oh, I guess I do have a beard. There it is. No beard. Alright, continue to stats. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment of that rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available now to customize your character. Continue. Let's see. I have 5 karma. It already said that, I think. I can do quickness, body, but I think I'm going to further stuff that's in my intelligence, because I can get drones, and that's pretty cool. What does this do? Just gives my drones more health. Drone armor. Alright, I have 1 more point. Where am I going to put it? Biotech. Which increases hit points recovered when using a medkit. So that'll be useful. Etiquette is about knowing how to behave in various social situations. The right etiquette can give you an edge in certain conversations. Choose an etiquette from the list below. Choosing an etiquette. They use the word etiquette way too much there. It does not cost karma, and each etiquette can only be chosen once. I'm going to choose academic, because, sure. Mini runners, blah blah blah, nickname, Midnight. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running through the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day, you're Nova Hot working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging Fixer hasn't called. The money's run out, and then some. Sinless and free to starve in the cracks of a society run by a megacore who just want your nuyen. I think that's the currency in this game. Something needs to change, and soon. So as it says, we'll just kind of spawn in our apartment here. And your apartment, 2054. It's 3 a.m. and you've got nowhere to go but down. So there's an interactive environment here. You can interact with this thing, a slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. So that's that. There's my computer over here. Your computer, state of the art in 2050, broken since 2051. That's right. Then there's this list. Your notebook, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. View your list of contacts. There's Carter Detroit. I almost left off the T there. I think I got used to saying Megacore and just leaving off a letter. Anyway, Fixer, no response to messages. Dowd, runner, dead. Felton Nash, Fixer, missing since February. New Larry, runner, dead. Sam Watts, runner, probably in a gutter somewhere. Sangoma, runner, dead. Halfjack, dealer, retired or dead. The list goes on. All either dead, ends, or just plain dead. We can look at our personal calendar, but it's empty, nothing to do, no prospects. And then we can put down our notebook. Your vid phone rings, jarring you. Who's calling at 3 a.m.? I think it's this dragon on the wall. But we'll go pick it up just to see who. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy. Hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. What should I say? Apparently we're friends, so I'm gonna be nice. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Somebody finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for example. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterward? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time. And we're gonna have a flashback. Anytime now. There it is. 3 years ago, a makeshift bar on the Seattle docks. The night Dowd went down. So we can talk to these characters here. Here's New Larry. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd, never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. I didn't put enough space in between when I said idiot there, so it made it sound like he was calling me an idiot. So, I'm an idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, Midnight. It's wet and the rain feels like acid, and I want out of here. I get it. Now, take a pill and relax. Sure, Midnight, sure. Whatever you say. I don't know, Midnight. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways, 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. What do you think we should do? Because I don't know what we should do. I don't know. I'm not the brains of this operation, but I'm thinking we slot and run. The money's just not worth what happened to Dowd. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down, and it wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Sam smiles a toothy smile. Okay, that one wasn't my fault. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. That true, Sam? Did you miss a beat back there? I was just weighing the consequences of what I could say. Like maybe Sam wouldn't like me if I said a certain thing, but I have no idea. No, Midnight, I didn't miss a beat. I was on my game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. New Larry was supposed to cover Dowd. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it. Don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. How much did they pay you to sell us out, Larry? He stops and a smile slowly appears on his face. Honestly, it didn't take much. Just enough to get me back to Portland and set up with a cush core job. I'm out of this racket. we've got incoming from Sangoma, who you guys apparently don't get to know about her, because I clicked New Larry instead, because I'm dumb. New Larry relaxes and throws you a Drek-eating grin. Looks like the new Rinraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off of your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Midnight. Buy a drink after this? You'll owe me several. Alright, so this is our first experience with combat. It's XCOM-like? XCOM. What am I saying? XCOM. You're now in turn-based combat mode. Each character on your team has an action pool. Spend these actions on movement, attacks, or using spells and items. Once your team's turn is complete, the enemy team will move and attack. Additional tutorial information is available from the reference guide, which can be accessed in the upper right corner of your PDA menu. So, like I said, it's XCOM-like, so you'll get cover from moving to these kind of places. So we're going to go ahead and move this guy here and shoot New Larry, because he's a douche and probably deserves to die. And all our character has is a sword, so we're just going to beat New Larry to death with our sword. I think this lady's a sniper, so she can just kind of snipe New Larry off from here. Apparently, he had that coming because he was a dick and got Dowd killed. Alright, so now whose turn is it? Is that my character? I chose the dumbest icon for my character. Anyway, we're going to run and slice and dice this guy. I think I get another turn. Nice. Alright, and okay, right click moves the map. I'm not really sure where I need to be to get a good shot on this guy. Alright, that's good enough. Let's see, 52, so I want to move closer. If I move there, she won't get a turn to fire, I don't think. Yeah. Ow. I got shot. Now enemies are coming in from behind us. That's not good. But we'll probably kill these guys and then we'll be able to get into some cover. Great, my sword missed. Twice. What? Alright. That's fair, I guess. Not really, but... Alright, that guy's dead. So he can move up somewhere. Oh, he gets full cover from these flower things, because that makes sense. Alright, so he'll move right over there. Wow, they just have it out for that guy, don't they? I already forgot his name. I don't know. How far can we sprint? Okay, we'll sprint over to this cover. Okay, so Sangoma does have a healing spell, which is pretty convenient. We're going to shoot this guy, because we have a really good chance of hitting him. Oh man, I killed him. That's a grenade, if you didn't notice. That's not good that now we're going to have to fight them too. Although, I have a fair amount of health, so this might not go too bad. Let's see if we can kill him this time around. That's their shaman. He can summon stuff, so if I become a shaman or go into shaman-like stuff, I can do that kind of thing too, but I probably won't. We are going to go after the mage. It's probably not a good choice, but it's going to happen. Of course I miss every time. He has to reload. I forgot about that. Reload for one turn. And then we will shoot this guy. And I missed. Good job. I really want to kill him because it will get rid of that imp or whatever. We're in a pretty bad spot here. Because that guy's going to go attack me now, and I'm going to die. Maybe. I don't know. This game's not as tough as XCOM. I always found myself like dying immediately in XCOM. Yes, there we go. Now you can run around here. I realized we were still playing as my character and not Sam. Okay, so you run over here, and that should increase your chances slightly, maybe? No. And then you can still kill this guy. And then you can fight this guy. So obviously she's a sharp shooter. And then we can probably kill this guy now. Let's hope so, because I'm really low on health. There we go. Sangoma lowers her gun, eyes Sam. You okay, Sam? Sam's breathing is heavy and he looks shaken. That was a hell of a thing. You did good. You were born for this gig, Midnight. That's right, I was. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I croak. What about you? I'll find a safe house out of town, lay low. Renraku has a long memory. I do too. I don't forget my friends. Alright. You stare at Sam's face on your comm link. Shake off the memory. Focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man's switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 New Yen insurance policy. That's a lot of money, I think. Payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Contact my law firm. Rogers, Mengert, and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watts' wishes, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain has installed a secure, dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up. Talk seriously. First time. Look, Midnight. I've led a Drek life, and I probably left a Drek corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself, I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay, because Sam's my friend, apparently. Hope you just said yes. That's kind of sad that, well, whatever. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle? Yeah. So, another loading screen here. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped back seat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for the Nuyen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing in the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems that this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. Alright, so, ask the coroner about Sam Watts. That's what we gotta do. I should probably move the map. He says through this comm that he's in the back, so I'll just walk in the back, even though it says employees only. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty, fake fresh of industrial-grade antiseptic. So we're just gonna walk around here, because I kind of want to explore. Actually, there's probably nothing here. Except dead bodies, apparently. Unless that guy's alive, but I doubt that. Well, he could be. They said that if you wanted to sell an organ or something. So, maybe he has an organ he's selling? Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, I love my job, a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? I represent a man named Sam Watts. I'm here to look in no one you've ever heard of. Now tell me about. Should I tell him my name? I'll just do it. His grin fades. And what makes you think I know anything about that? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's not here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead? Sam did when his heart stopped. I think I'm gonna do this just because I don't want to tell him about all that money. The dwarf raised his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over there, or over here. That must be him. I'm surprised that I walked in that room and didn't recognize him. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Emerald City Ripper? He sighs. Not my title. That's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. Aha! I did know that an organ was removed. Anyway, delicious, a trophy hunter. What was it? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. How about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed. Dresden, get out here. Here's a new character, McCluskey. Oh, no. Get this crap. I'm here about the new Ripper Vic Sam Watts. Did I get whatever was over here? Yes! Basic medkit. Is there anything else I can loot in here? Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet. His face is an ashen white for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest, there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Laying next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. I'll look at a handwritten note, because that sounds suspicious. You can only see part of the note, given the torn-off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we arg... blank, 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 blank. We have been blank, 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 blank. Long, blank, 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 blank. To say I'm sorry, blank, blank, blank. See you there, love, Jessica. So we had a love interest. It's a man named Jessica. I'm just kidding, it's obviously a woman. Look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it is a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. There is something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. We'll look at the cred stick. In a standard cheap unsecured cred stick, no way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Why not? We can take it. You slot the cred stick into your PDA, and 300 is added to your account. I feel bad, because it was his. What if it's not even his? Alright, look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt, several of the buttons are missing, and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Ew. I'll put the evidence bag down. It's not like I can do anything else. So obviously we're going to talk to McCluskey. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So this new Ripper Vic Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. He chortles. What exactly is a chortle? I mean, I know it's like a type of laugh or whatever, but whatever. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy, too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days, it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star Detective finally noticed you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? I don't have enough strength to blow him off. Are you the detective on this case? I was hired by Sam Watts to assist you in... Okay, I'll do this one. The Drekkie were, you get anywhere near my investigation and it will be you on the slab, elf. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Alright. He's a douchebag. So let's talk to Dresden. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'll be funny. I'm great at dinner parties too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. Are you really going to work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favor. Job's a job. I'm going to bring his... Okay. I'm going to bring his killer to justice, at least street justice. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 nuyen a week in his paycheck. Plus he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? Who still uses scalpels? That's kind of a random question. I don't know why I asked it, actually. Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that about McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official on that sentence? I was kind of unfocused there. My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of nuyen, but individual organs not worth as much anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days, organ grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? I don't even think I've heard of that. It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You probably like it. What a dick. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus the dead are just easier to get along with. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? I already did that. Okay, then I'll go do that. I don't want to sound like a douche or anything. Okay, these ones? So I didn't do that, actually. So, there we go. Another med kit. What did I get? Doc Wagon Basic Trauma Kit. Okay, here are the lockers. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Sure, we'll open it. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest, in addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen. Is it brighter than my hair? Let's be honest. I doubt it. The body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa, easy there. Wait, he's alive? Where did this guy come from? In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. You were just a freezer for dead people? Don't tell me you haven't considered it. Cheaper than a coffin hotel, and the service is just as good. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? I'm looking for the death, and the coroner seems to think you can help me out. I'll ask the questions. I'll do that one. Sam, glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guys, always in trouble over something or another. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level, working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping. I said moking? There's not even a K like in this whole paragraph. Moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then, the name's Jake, and you are... nice to meet you, Jake. I'm Midnight. Just gonna be nice. And well-mannered, too. Such a rare thing in this city. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging out at the Streamsisters Union the night, tripped out and rowdy. I'd been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn, maybe I needed some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now, what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat core bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off of my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him, until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? It's a long story. I end up in the morgue more often than the average guy. Yeah, Jake here's a regular. I should have started a rewards card, Jake. A few more visits and you get a free night's stay. Jake laughs. I'll hold you to that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union, missing liver and all. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit the streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down. I don't know what I was going to say there. And maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? It's nice to have someone watching your back out there, assuming you can trust them. I get it. Gotta be careful in this trade. I'm not one to go back on a deal, though. John can vouch for that. Plus, you know where I'm hiding out, right? Doesn't leave me a lot of room to sell you out. What do you say? We'll do it. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So you need a weapon? What do I want? I think I want a rifle. You don't like library windows, do you? Never mind. Here's a rifle you can borrow. So, ready for an evening out on the town? Tell me about the gangers first. Well, they're one of the nasty gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like the version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners and the Barrens looking for me. We take him out, maybe I can breathe a bit easier. If you're buying... Oh, that's a joke, like, okay. Yeah, I'm ready. Hey, I've already provided the party favors. Okay, so, we're ready to leave then. We just gotta go over here. Oh, cool, he actually, follows you and it's not turn-based. Head out into the Barrens, confirm. The Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle Sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog. Hang on, I think it may have just crashed because it's dumb. Add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind. Entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets, Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. Alright, so like I said, I think the game just crashed, so we're ending the video here. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one, because this is going to be a full series. Probably even user content. So thanks, and bye.